Coach Reagan.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I can't complain, man. Can't complain.
All right. First thing I'm going to do is introduce you to the group. This is Coach Reagan from the Enka Jets. I think they also go by the Sugar Jets more commonly in the Enka area. So, Coach, what I'll do is I'll get you to just say and spell your first and last name so that it's right in the newspaper and on the TV. And then we'll make a brief opening statement about your season so far, and then we'll take questions, okay?
Sounds good. Sounds good. Appreciate it. My name's Kyle Reagan, Kyle. Last name Reagan, Reagan.
You can get a brief opening statement on the season so far, Coach.
Yeah. First and foremost, we're extremely blessed to be here and have the opportunity to play in the 3A state championship to represent our school and our community. It's been a very challenging year, to say the least. I know that everybody's in that same boat dealing with COVID and everything else that comes along with running a basketball team or running any kind of team. But we finished the regular season 11-13. We had high hopes of winning our conference. And you know, I think that we had the ability to do so. We play in one of the toughest conferences in the state, in my opinion. And we ended up finishing fifth. Lost in the first round of the conference tournament to TC Robertson. And we really, from there, had a couple things happen here and there that needed to be addressed, and we addressed those and really, made sure that we were all on the same page before we stayed the state playoffs. Since then, we have been on a tremendous run, winning 5 straight, all on the road. I'm just extremely proud of my girls, their work ethic, their dedication to our team and to our program, and then most important to one another. I feel that we have peaked at the right time and seem to be playing our best basketball with our best effort. And we're extremely excited to be here and look forward to the opportunity on Saturday.
All right. Thank you, Coach Reagan. Let's open it up for questions. Go ahead, Victor.
Hey, Coach. Victor Hensley, Chatham News and Record. A lot of people probably look at your record. Your seed in the playoffs. You mentioned you finished 5th in the conference. I think you even lost like 4 out of 5, going into the tournament. And for you guys to be here is obviously incredible. And a lot of people probably ask you, how did you guys get here? So I also want to ask that. I mean, how did you guys win 5 straight on the road, go on this incredible journey, this incredible run? What has been kind of the key that's fueled you guys over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, first and foremost, Victor, we've been blessed to return 4 significant role players and contributors from last year's team. And then from there, we have added a lot of youth and inexperience. So we knew that it was going to be an uphill climb. We knew it was going to be a battle. We knew that there would be some ups and downs along the way. We just didn't know how long it would take to figure things out, to find a rotation, to find a group of girls that click. We've tried a couple of different things throughout the season and had, some good results. And then we tend to go backwards a couple of steps. I contribute our toughness. It's something that we constantly preach during practice, preseason, off season. It's just being mentally tough in every aspect of your life, during basketball, outside of basketball. We want to be tough. I want to surround myself with mentally tough people. And that's what I've got with this basketball team. Nothing seems to really faze them whatsoever. They never thought that we were out of the conference picture. They thought all season long that we could still find a way to win it. Even when it got late, they battled their tails off, hoping that we could get that even 2nd or 3rd place finish. That way we could possibly get to 1 seed out of our 3A, since we are a 4A, 3A split conference. But the girls have really just bought in, stayed the course, trusted me, our staff, and then one another. And then here recently, I truly believe that we have played for one another. It's been about the name on the front of our jerseys and nothing about the name on the back. There's no fear in them. There's been very, very little nerves and anxiety. They're comfortable with who they are. They feel like they belong, and they're playing with a lot of energy and passion. I couldn't be more proud of them.
Coach Reagan, Gene Galin with the Chatham Journal. You mentioned you got some folks that have been playing for the team for a while, but you tossed in a bunch of youth and inexperience. What have you seen as the biggest improvements among individuals on your team and in the skill sets on your team?
Yeah, Gene, overall, I mean, we've obviously continued to drive and push our skill development. We really put an emphasis on skill development in the preseason. And then during the season, we tend to skill development 30 to 40 minutes. So every individual on this team continues to work hard and get better. They push each other and challenge each other on a daily. I think that's been a key contributor to our success here. But, you know, those young ones, I think they lack just a lot of confidence. It was never confidence from me or in them or confidence from, our leaders. It was more the confidence in themselves. So we've had a lot of success over the last 3 years. Finished second in the league. My first year, made it to the second round of the state playoffs, lost to a tough Freedom team, won the conference the next two, and made deep runs to the regional semifinals in both of those seasons. So I feel like they came in with a lot of pressure on them, thinking that they had to be something that they're not. They had to do a little bit more than what they're used to. And, they just felt like they had big shoes to fill per se, when really all they had to come out and do was be themselves. Over the last couple of weeks, I feel that our leaders, Hattie Deal, Bentley Chalkley, Hannah Daves, have really stepped up and encouraged those young ones and made sure that those young ones believed in themselves as much as they believed in them. Just giving them that trust and putting them in situations to where they can be comfortable and be themselves has been the key.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach, Victor Hensley again. Have you gotten a chance to kind of, watch film on Northwood and see what they're about? And how, if so, how do you feel like, you guys kind of stack up against them?
Yeah, Victor, I've watched a little bit, not as much as I'd like. Obviously, we're still a few days away from the game. With just the demands of the state playoffs in general, the way that it's set up, that first round you play on Tuesday, second round you play Thursday, third round you play Saturday, turn right back around and play on Tuesday. And then if you're lucky enough and fortunate enough to go on, you play on Saturday in the regional finals. We got to do all those things, so, during that time, there wasn't a lot of time to sit back and relax and enjoy the things that we had accomplished. So to be honest, I've taken these last couple of days just to kind of debrief and reflect a little bit and make sure that I have spoke to the girls, not about basketball, not about this run, but just about how proud I am of them and, and that I'm here for them for everything, because they're still student athletes. They're still going to school. They still got home life. Some of them still trying to work jobs, So we've definitely taken a couple of steps back. But I've watched a couple films on Northwood. Got to watch the Eastern Regional Final that they played against Terry Sanford. And they are a super, super good basketball team. You can tell that they're extremely well coached. They play extremely hard. On film, what I've seen so far, they look a lot like some of the other teams that we have faced in terms of athleticism. They are extremely athletic. They've got some good size to them. Probably a little bit more athletic than us, overall in terms of person to person. And then they've got a lot of skill too. Sometimes you get teams that are super athletic, they can make runs. And then you got teams that are super skilled. I think they're one team that's got both, and it's probably why they're in the state championship game. I know their leading scorer is a little guard, 23. She's extremely talented, plays the game the right way, very savvy, understands spacing, and can score at different levels of the floor. From there, they've got a lot of other girls that really feel their role and do what they're coached to do. I don't think they're a team that's going to beat themselves whatsoever. They're very disciplined, well organized, and put together. So we know that we're going to have to show up with our best in order to make things happen the way we want them to.
Coach Reagan, Gene Galin again. At the ACC Women's Championship game on Sunday, Coach Wes Moore mentioned, the question was asked, what would his advice be to the high school players and coaches going into the championship games? And the two things he mentioned was, one, cherish the event and also enjoy the ride. What are some of the things that you're doing to cherish this week and to enjoy the ride? I think you mentioned you had been doing some things. Can you be a little bit more specific?
Yeah, first and foremost, throughout the whole playoffs, we've tried to make it fun. It's something that we talk about all season long. We really do. You try not to look ahead, and it's not that we're looking ahead. It's just that we're preparing for the state playoffs year in and year out. That's our expectation. Those are our goals, to get in the state playoffs and not just participate in them, but to make deep runs. So throughout the playoffs, we kind of tend to do things that, try to give girls a little bit more incentives, whether it be, hey, win 3 games and get a T-shirt, or, our big thing right now is our coaching staff really comes together. So if we win on the road in the state playoffs, we stop on the way home and one of us coaches will buy dinner. Just that extra quality time with each other. We've also taken a little bit of extra time on our days of travel to make sure that we get out a little bit early and we're not just pressed for time, that we're having a little bit of fun. So we stop at restaurants, we stop at rest areas. The girls got, different things that they like to do, and routines in terms of games or just silly talk and conversations, just being together and kind of enjoying it as much as possible. With the demands of the playoffs, we made a lot of our heavy minute girls get some ice baths to kind of help speed up recovery just a little bit, kind of get refreshed, re-energized. First couple, they're not real happy about it. And of course I'm in there stirring the pot and telling them, it's not that bad, it can't be that cold, blah, blah, blah. So they made a deal with me after the 3rd round game that if they won the 3rd round state playoff game, that I would get an ice bath. So that was something they were kind of looking forward to and use that as a little bit of extra motivation. And they got to come in that next day at practice and see me get my old self in there and freeze my tail off. And I try to play tough, but it's a lot easier said than done. I've been in a few when I was younger. Obviously, as you get older, things like that seem to bother you a little bit more. And something else is they've told me I can't cut my hair or shave my face. I can't grow great facial hair, and it doesn't look good. I don't even think my wife likes me right now. But a deal's a deal, and the girls are kind of enjoying that and just excited to watch it grow, what little it does grow, and then poke fun at it. Just trying to keep things as light as possible, and just enjoy this. It's been since 1983 that we've had an Enka Sugar Jet basketball team in the state playoffs or in the state championship game. We were fortunate enough to win it, our first one in 78, and we won it that year in 1983. So we're just excited to be here and doing all that we can to kind of enjoy it and make sure that, we're loving on each other throughout the way and making sure the girls are having fun.
Thank you, Coach.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, Coach Reagan, congratulations on getting to this point. Looking forward to seeing you at Reynolds Coliseum on Saturday for your game against the Northwood Chargers. And good luck to you, and you guys drive safe, and we look forward to it.
Appreciate you guys.